Hello one and all, I welcome you to the void of the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer. If you look to the right, you see the void, and if you look to the left, you see the void. And if you look behind you, you can see Mario Kart 9!
Actually, Mario Kart is Mario Kart 9.
I think most people who are Nintendo fans have heard of the Nintendo Switch 2 trailer by now. My thoughts on the console itself? The L button is bigger, crazy. Now, the thing I mainly cared about was the game shown off, because 10 years for a new Mario Kart is ridiculous. And also because, like, Mario Kart. So here's my thoughts, even though nobody gives a shit since this is like a 500 subscriber channel. I'm just going to start off by saying I'm a bit cautious of the game, but I'd say pretty optimistic and very excited for it. After all, it's pretty hard to judge an entire game from like a 10-second clip anyway. Plus, I think the fact that Nintendo will let us have 24 Warriors on screen leaves me with nothing to fear. 24 Racers seems like an idea that's a fun concept as a side mode, but as the core gameplay, Mario Kart 8 can barely handle its items with 12 people. How on earth is it going to work in this game? Imagine you're on the bridge section of DK's Jungle Parkway, and then 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th all come barreling down with bullet bills. Does that sound fun? More players also means there's more of a chance for bloopers to spawn. More players means more lightnings, more boos to constantly steal items, more blue shells to make being in first a living hell. And how can I forget the fire flower? You see what I mean? More players means more items, meaning more of the track will be flooded by junk, and unless it is balanced extremely carefully, there's a high likelihood that the chaos of the item system will override actually being half decent at the game. Basically, I don't want Mario Kart 9 to be a glorified blue shell filled lottery. However, let's flip the tone for a moment. With 24 races, you're going to need to make sure you have enough characters to fill each race. Because of this, I imagine that the new Mario Kart will have a pretty sizable roster. Maybe they'll add the frog guys. I could go and identify all the characters in the trailer that were visible myself, but I think that'd be a waste of everyone's time when they're already listed on the Mario wiki. Fuck, baby Rosalina's back. Mario Kart 9 is doomed. Nobody here revealed seems that unordinary. Oh my god, is Toad in the game? However, considering whatever the heck the original Mario Kart 8 roster was supposed to be, knowing that characters people actually care about are returning is probably something we should be thankful for. Also, if I see anyone predicting RPG characters, I will lose it. Some of the playable characters look a bit peculiar though. More specifically, I want to highlight Bowser, Peach, and Donkey Kong. Bowser looks way worse, so I'll go over them first. What happened here? His strap just looks like a McDonald's toy. Likely thanks to the lack of texturing, and the tiny pupils don't lend themselves well to the chibi art style this game seems to be going for. DK is a topic that's been spread a ton across the community already, and whilst I think the discourse about their appearance is extremely overdramatic, calm down, the movie design is certainly worse than the normal one. My personal biggest issue though is that Peach isn't wearing her biker suit, meaning this likely applies to Daisy and Rosalina as well. Why remove them? Literally the only reason I used the princesses before were for the biker outfits, since the dresses look stupid, and also... Actually, I don't think I should show that. The art style of this game as a whole looks fine. It's certainly nowhere near as good as 8 looks, but that's to be expected when the dev team's previous project had Toad Circuit in it. Speaking of tracks, we got a new one shown off here, Mario Bros. Circuit. Oh, and I'm so ready to bitch. Starting off with the theming, it is certainly unique for a circuit course. Unfortunately, I don't think it goes much beyond that, because ridding of the fact that it's a circuit for a moment, it doesn't seem to be much more than a desert containing a lazily slapped on highway section. Also yes, I'm going to call what looks like just 20 straight seconds of empty road that disgustingly small cars do not count as obstacles, lazy track design. I know it's based off places similar to Route 66, but that doesn't mean you should make it into a track. Other desert tracks, take Dry Dry Ruins as an example, do a much better job at making the desert feeling more interesting. At least the anti-gravity section in the distance looks neat though, and the arrow gates present here has me very hopeful that many of the game's tracks will carry over the lap changing mechanics present in the BCP. However, the lackluster looking track we have been shown off so far leaves me a little bit concerned. Finally, there's one detail I have yet to mention. What the heck is this glowing thing? Well, the original theory going around was that it was a Wonder Seed, but that didn't make much sense when Wonder only released just over a year ago. Then people started to realize that it seemed more like some sort of bag with a face, which made a lot more sense since it was placed below a Yoshi-themed fast food restaurant. Mario Wonder got destroyed by Yoshi Donalds. This left people with some theories, the most common one being the idea that this functions as some sort of fuel boost system. Think the boost system from Sonic. And no, that would be horrible. All this does is provide first place with an absurd advantage, since they'd be able to grab all the yellow bag thingies before anyone else can. And if the solution you say is just to make it so everyone else can grab them, then all that will do is heavily clump everyone together, which is an issue because we made it so that there is 24 racers. Clumping everyone together for no reason reason is the last thing we want. There was one idea I liked, which a friend suggested to me, saying that they could function as collectibles, which could honestly work, although in that case, I'd hope that they'd have a good secondary function for after you've collected it the first time, such as providing a more powerful item than you'd usually receive, as a way to make them more worthwhile. Whatever this ends up being, I presume it's going to be the game's gimmick, and in that case, I just hope it ends up being solid. Okay, that should be everything. As I said before, I am very much looking forward to the game, but I also feel like there's a couple things which could hurt it, even from just the sneak peek we already got. Do you agree with anything I said? Probably not, but let me know down below regardless. Anyways, bye!